have to play your way out of being on Hard Knocks off-season.
Learn Chinese, buddy. Konnichiwa.
It's a me.
Oh my God! Now they can play us next year with Sanders as their quarterback.
Steph Curry walked so Caitlin Clark could run. The Cup should go back to Canada where it belongs this next go-round.
No, I like to suck on him a little bit first. All this all about.
Where was Nick Bosa on January 6th?
Hey, everybody, what is going on? It is Tuesday night. That means it's time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Greg. Greg, how you feeling tonight, man?
I just now realized that when we set up our camera for the split screen, we both get the nice corner that doesn't green screen out. So that's cool. That's cool. I'm doing well other than that, a little TV magic over here.
Let's just go ahead and do that.
As you opened it, I was just like, oh, that's going to happen to me too.
In fairness, mine was not like that until the kids left. And then as soon as they pushed the screen out of the way, and now it's all jacked up.
You're a true professional, unlike myself.
It is what it is. How's your sports weekend, man?
Niners lost again, and Fred Warner's done for the year. So, shitty. Pretty shitty.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Not the Bengals. At least you're not like, hey, maybe Joe Flacco can save this for us. Oh, no, he can't either. Good. Okay.
Yeah, but you've got Marcus Freeman to fall back on. So
I do
I
have
don't know
Marcus
if I feel
Freeman
too bad for you. I wish I could fall back on Marcus Freeman. Wait, what?
Not feeling that great about this coming weekend. Little nervous. They got USC. Little scared. Little buttholes puckering a little bit. Just a little nervous. But that's all right. It's all right.
Speaking of butthole, tush push. Bring it back. That's how you can lose this week. The OG, the Bush push. We're taking it back.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you bringing that one up for me.
I always like to. As much as I'm coming around on Notre Dame, still got to stick to the classics on some of the stuff.
You're a gem. I appreciate it. We got an awesome show for you guys tonight. We're going to be talking about James Franklin. That's the big news in the college football world. James Franklin chokes away another one and then loses his job as people were raining boos down on him as he left the field. We also, the greatest display of college football fans I have ever seen happen this weekend when Oklahoma State Section 231 came alive. So we'll talk about that one. I don't know. I didn't really give you too many details on that one, Scott. I hope you have not looked into that.
I did not.
It's the greatest thing I had ever seen. We got to talk about the Titans firing Brian Callahan. I want to know who else is on the hot seat in the NFL now that Callahan's gone. We've got the big dumper butt plug shirt that was predominantly featured in game one of the ALCS. LeBron's getting sued. Emmanuel Clase may never pitch again. Tons to get to. Before we do all that, though, let's talk about these beers that we are drinking tonight. As always, we rate them on Caesar scale, dog or no dog. Greg, what's in your mug tonight?
Well, had a little pre-show scare. Wasn't sure that I was going to be able to make it tonight. Once I figured out the technical situation, I was reminded just before the show started that I drank all the rest of my beer. So, tonight I'm rocking one of my wife's accidentally purchased 8% Trulies. We have a Truly Unruly here, a very blast flavor. She's not a fan of the higher ABV, so she asked if I would help drink them, and by help, she meant all of them. And I'm going to fall on that sword. So we're going to do a little mixer here tonight. I have Berry Blast, I have Tropical Twist, and just the old classic Strawberry Smash. So I'm going to see how smashed I can get on some 8%ers.
Are you're mixing them all? You're
just no. We're gonna do one at a time.
You're gonna mad scientist this one and just try.
No. So we'll do the old school throwback. We'll see how it holds up. I'll give my no dog opinion later on in the show. I'm feeling fancy tonight.
I didn't realize they made 8% Trulies. I had no idea.
Well, neither did Cheryl. Well, actually, take that back. Cheryl did know, but she accidentally grabbed the wrong package when she went and bought them. So she got home and I was like, didn't you tell me you didn't like the higher ABV ones? She's like, I didn't get those. And I looked at them like, yeah, you did. No.
Joe wanted to know, you couldn't get the show to expense a DoorDash delivery?
I'm in between jobs. I'm not going to ask the show to provide me with things.
Joe said Truly Ice.
Yes. Woo!
Boyle pointing out that hot seats result in mahogany scrotes. So, look, if you're not in the Discord and joining the Speakeasy on Friday nights and Saturday night, you are missing out. I was so mad during Friday's Speakeasy.
This last Speakeasy was the best one yet, I believe.
It would have
everybody watching Major League Baseball on a Friday night through 15 innings. That's my dream.
Doran wanting to know, are we getting AI Mookie again? Perhaps. There might be some clips as well. Who knows what AI Mookie will bring to the show tonight. We have no idea. Sometimes he pops in, sometimes he doesn't. I never know what to expect with AI.
Stay tuned to find out.
Dorian also says, shout out to the Bengals for making sure their top paying players get their stats. All right, in the comment section, Robert Taylor said he's drinking a deliciously made spiked eggnog with eggnog, Captain Morgan, and Bailey's. Amazing stuff. Isn't it too early for eggnog?
I saw it on the shelf the other day, and Robert actually texted me pre-show to share in his find of the eggnog, and I myself could not purchase it because it's slightly too early.
I'm still in pumpkin beer season. I can't get into
well, and I mean I like eggnog, but it's kind of like one of those things where you're like it's not quite ripe yet. It's like buying really green bananas. I feel like at this point, if you buy eggnog this early. Like as soon as November hits, it's fair game. But I feel like it would just
gotta get past Halloween to get into that mode. Tank said he's drinking like a white lady who's counting her calories and coupons, triple Tito's and Sprite Zero.
Hey, homemade truly extras over there.
Boyle saying, did you all hear the THC drinks are back? I'm drinking one in celebration. We were talking about that right before we went on air, Boyle. A judge blocked Wine's order, and you can still buy THC drinks. But like Greg pointed out, everybody made a mad rush to buy them and to sell off your inventory. Is there enough inventory out there that people can sell them again, or are we just stuck? Because they're not going to brew new ones.
I hope they're just there's some places that are like, oh cool, we can stop selling this out of the back room like we've been doing. We can go back to just putting it up on the shelves. So no, we don't scan the barcode on that one. You go around back, you hand us some cash, and you just walk away.
Boyle said in celebration he's drinking grape soda Costalo, which is, I think that's Urban Artifacts THC seltzer. I haven't had the grape soda. I've had their I think they have a cherry cola one, or a cherry soda one, and then I had one this weekend, dude. It was a root beer. It was a Kush root beer.
I don't think that I'm trying to think of all the ones that I've had have just been drinks or straight up specific beverages. I don't know that I've had the seltzers yet.
Tag said you can take my weed sodas from my cold dead hand, bitch. He earned it. And then Boyle saying the distributors will immediately send more out. Should be good. Good, because I need to stock up.
I'm gonna go stock up on them like it's bread and milk in a snowstorm, baby.
This is toilet paper during COVID, man.
Yeah, dude. We're clearing the shelves.
Uncle Arnie's is going to be loaded in this house. It's going to be, dude, so when we were in college, you couldn't get Yingling in Ohio. So
I remember, yeah. It was a big deal to bring it from Pitt.
Yeah, I'd go over the border at Youngstown and get, stock up on Yingling whenever I went home, and then I'd come back, my trunk would be like loaded down with how much Yingling I was bringing back. That's how it's going to be with the THC seltzers this weekend for me. I'm just going to load up.
It takes me back to the speakeasy on Friday night with the old timey talk. It's like, hey, you bootlegging, see? Yeah.
Yeah, gotta get across the border, see?
Gotta get that hooch.
Better not get stopped by the law, see? Dwayne said he's drinking Old Smoky salted watermelon whiskey with some lemonade. That sounds fantastic. I like the sounds of that one. Whitey's drinking an Angry Orchard out of my baseball.
Yes. I forgot that he got that.
Story time. When we had our deal with Dugout Mugs, Whitey said, do you think they'll put any picture on the mug? And I was like, I don't know. Worst they could say is we're not going to print that. So Whitey sent in, he got a custom mug, used the promo code, and sent in just a still image from a porno. And they etched it into the mug. So engraved in a wooden bat baseball mug is a still from a porno.
That's so good. It's so good.
Oh, amazing. Tyson saying, do I know likey the weed? I'll give that to you. That's a decent offering. Jesse drinking a Sprite Zero, absolute dog. Well, you'll never catch me, copper. It's that I kind of miss those COVID times, speeding down the highway while not being sober. Good times. I went with the double IPA today. This is from Drecker Brewing. This is Clueless Wonder. I bought it just for the can art.
I've seen that one, and I got excited because I thought it was another store, and I was like, oh, Dippa?
Yeah, it's a Dippa, but it's a good Dippa. I can't even find the ABV on this one. Hold on. I think I might have just found it. Nope, sure didn't. I'll Google that in a little bit, but it is hazy. It's nice. Flavor is great. Probably a toothbrush of those got.
It looks like it.
Mookie requesting that Whitey drop a picture of the mug in the Discord, and we'll put it on air. And Tank's saying, "Is it a Sasha Grey Hall of Fame wooden mug?"
I don't know who that is.
I don't either, but it sounds like somebody that Whitey would know. All right, let us know in the comments what you're drinking tonight. Rated on Caesar scale, dog or no dog. I don't even think I said this is a dog. It's absolutely dog. It's great. Two brusher, but it's dog. All right, we're starting off with football. Poor James Franklin. A few weeks ago, he was losing in overtime to Oregon and a national title contender. This week, he is out of a job after losing back-to-back games where he was a 21-plus point favorite and lost both of them. One to UCLA and one to Northwestern. And, man, you knew going off that field after losing to Northwestern that it was over. Like, the fans were flipping him off. They were booing him. At one point, he got, like, inside the stadium, like, inside the tunnel, just, like, gave his kids a hug because I think he knew, and then started walking to the locker room as just more boos rained down on him. It was kind of sad to see, Scott, but also like you got to win those games. Like, what are we doing here, man? You're known as not being able to win the big one, and now you can't win the little one either. Like, you're done in this business. So he's out. Penn State owes him like $50 million left on the contract. But did you hear about the little clause?
My brother informed me of the clause earlier this afternoon when we were having a discussion about Mr. James Franklin and his situation that finds himself like myself.
Of course, lawyer Mike Kaiser would find the duty to mitigate clause that is in the contract. Because essentially what that means, everybody, is that James Franklin has to try to find a job. He can't just sit back and be like, look, hey, I got the best job in the world. Fired college football coach where I get to just sit back, do nothing, and just rake in the cash to the tune of like $8 million a year. No, he has to go try to find another job. And whatever he gets paid, Penn State, that comes off of what Penn State has to pay him. So if ESPN offers James Franklin a job right now for like $5 million to come be a commentator, Penn State only owes him $3 million for this year. Like whatever he is making as his new contract deducts from Penn State's pay. Oh, genius, Scott. Genius planning on Penn State's side to be like, we're going to give you this huge buyout, but we might not have to pay any of it. We might not have to pay anything.
That's where you're wrong, and where I think that this was I think that Penn State screwed up multiple times in this whole situation. Like, look, everybody knows I'm the college football outsider on the show. I follow things, but I'm not locked in. I'm not tuned in. And my impression is that James Franklin should have been fired probably like 3 years ago. And last year, the noise got pretty loud. But then, as my brother pointed out, they went on the unexpected run. And then they found themselves in the position where they couldn't really fire him, even though they wanted to.
Brian Kelly.
But if you wanted to fire him, the time was still then, because now you waited till what? We're 4 games in, 5 games in. You fired him now. He's not like, nobody's gonna hire him. And if I was James Franklin, like, even with this clause, you know what I'd do? It says, oh, I need to be looking for work. I applied at Costco today. I'm done. I'm looking for work. Tomorrow, I was on Indeed today, searching through jobs. I was looking for work. I would every day make it. And then if ESPN did come calling or somebody, I would take the job, but I'd be like, pay me what the absolute minimum is, because it doesn't matter. They're going to pay me all the difference. So while Penn State thinks, oh man, we're going to get off on this, we might have to pay. No, they're going to have to pay a lot if I'm James Franklin, no matter what, because if I take a job, it's going to be for pennies. The difference is going to be still a shit ton.
Well, that's at Boyle pointing that out in the comment section. That's what I was going to bring up. When Bo Pelini got fired from Nebraska, he took the job at Youngstown State, made $500,000, $500,000 just to screw over Nebraska.
I would do that. But I mean, it's, again, I feel bad for Franklin only in that, I mean, again, I don't like rooting against black head coaches, but by every measure I can say, like, he wasn't very good at his job, and not when it mattered most. And Penn State should have fired him when they had the chance last year, regardless of how well they won, if they were going to do this. Because what's the reason now? Like, you could have just like played it out. And if the argument is, well, you know, you're going to lose recruits, you're not going to gain recruits now. Like, nobody was out there saying, man, oh God, I wanted to go to Penn State, but only if they would get rid of Franklin. No, that's not how that works.
Well, but it was smart to do it now, because if you let it go throughout the season and he drops more games, you do lose recruits, right? Like you're later, at least now you can have somebody in the pipeline where you know who you're going to bring in and could potentially kind of galvanize your recruiting base.
Worthwhile, I'm asking the question, but who's going to be the head coach? Why would I come there? I have no idea who the head coach is going to be.
That's fair. It's a fair point, but if you were going to do it in season, they waited the right amount of time. Because do you remember when UCLA fired their coach? That was enough games that kids could opt for a red shirt and just sit out the year and then hop in the portal. So this way, these kids have played in enough games that they have to stay at Penn State this year. They have to finish out the year. And then it's like, all right, we got them hooked for this year. Can we get you to stick around for next year?
So what you're saying is, once again, the kids are getting screwed, and once again, it also happens to be at Penn State.
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying here again? That kids are getting screwed at Penn State? Yeah, well, I guess that checks out. It's on brand for Penn State then.
Tank said, you know, it's worse than a really good curse, a pedophile curse. Eat shit, Penn State. Oh my God. I walked right into that one. I didn't see that one coming, Scott.
You're welcome.
Said he'd have been fired next week anyway. Kirk's going to fuck that team up. Like, I think everybody's going to fuck up Penn State now this year. Like, they're done.
Yeah, it's over.
If you drop to UCLA and Northwestern in back-to-back weeks, it is over. Pack it up, especially with your starting quarterback out. Like, done. The season is over. Oh God, he got it. Mookie got the picture. AI Mookie was able to generate the picture from what Whitey. There is.
And remember, AI can get things wrong. So this is for entertainment purposes only. This is fabricated, not real life.
Why is she wearing an army hat? What is happening?
Oh, good stuff, man. Good stuff.
I believe it's a construction scene.
I don't know. Looks kind of like an army helmet to me, not a construction.
Who
helmet.
ordered the pizza?
He must have dropped something.
That's the porn version of the Yankee game. That's what that is. Man, these porn guys are fast. They'll turn anything into a title. Day at the Yanks game. I've seen that one.
Was it at the what? I think it was the Phillies.
Oh, it was a Phillies fan, but it was at the Yankees game.
Oh, what he said? It's a baseball.
See, there you go. It is. They're spoofing the Phillies fans.
He said he wanted to submit a baseball theme.
I think that one was called Digging for Home.
Oh man. So James Franklin, huh? Who goes there? Because they're the bro. They said they want Marcus Freeman. They were like Marcus Freeman top of the list.
I also had this conversation with my brother, and this is another reason why I thought if you were going to do it again, for me, it's ill-timed because who are you going to get to go there? Like, who?
You're not getting anybody in season. You're not getting.
No, I know you aren't, but I mean, who does Penn State think that they are? That's the question: is who does Penn State think that they are, and do other coaches out there think that same thing? Because if their dream hire is Marcus Freeman, they're shooting way too high. There's not a chance.
Marcus Freeman's name is just going to come up every job,
and that's fine. But he would never take that job. He would. No,
I don't think. Absolutely, there's no way. Like. It would
be too high a caliber name for them.
It would be a step back from what he's at right now. He's got it way better chance at making the playoffs. At 2 losses, he's still like a shoe-in to make the playoffs at Notre Dame. And when you make it to the playoffs, you get way more money at Notre Dame than you do at Penn State because you don't have to share it with the conference. He's in
There's
a much
zero reason for him to leave Notre Dame unless it's for the pros or for Ohio State. I mean,
Ohio
that's
State would be the one he goes to. That's the only one I'm afraid of because he went there and it's home.
Yeah, and that's the only one that it's like that would be like a step up.
That's why everybody is saying what Jesse is saying. Matt Rhule is the clubhouse leader. He went to Penn State. How
inspiring is that hire though? Like it just like if you told me at the beginning of the year that they would have fired Franklin in the offseason last year and then came into the year with Rhule, basically to me that's like, hey, look, it's not Jake Browning. Like, hey, look, it's not James Franklin. Like, Rhule, the shine is off that apple, and like, we stole him from the Panthers. Like, is that the selling point? That's all you need to know about the Penn State job.
I think Rhule has done decently at Nebraska, and if you give him the resources that Penn State has, I think he could level up. But to your point, I don't think he's exceeding James Franklin. Franklin regularly won 10 games. It's the same thing. Boyle brought up Bo Pelini. It's the same thing as Bo Pelini when they fired him going 9-3 every year. And then like you don't improve on that. Like I don't see anybody coming to Penn State and being more than a 10-win team with a shot in the playoffs. Like you just have a shot. That's best you can hope for at that university.
Franklin was already hitting the cap as far as I'm concerned for Penn State.
Right.
And they're not going to get anybody who exceeds that. And not as long as they exist in the Big Ten with Ohio State and Michigan and some of the teams that are coming up behind them. Like, I mean, they're only where they're at because like USC is a little bit down and something. So I think Penn State is a mid-level Big Ten team. And the best they can hope for is somebody who keeps things as high of a bar as James Franklin got them to.
It is crazy because the other name I saw thrown around was Curt Cignetti from Indiana, formerly of James Madison University. And I don't think Cignetti would want to jump to Penn State. Like, I think he's done well at Indiana and there's
way less pressure.
Right. Exactly. So much less pressure. Like 10 wins at Indiana, they're ecstatic. 10 wins at Penn State, they're like, well, what the fuck? Now, Cignetti does have one thing going for him there at Penn State that Franklin did not, and that is that he is white, and that probably will help him if he only wins 10 games at Penn State. I think some boosters tend to look the other way. I just feel like black coaches get judged a little differently in college football than white coaches do, and 10 wins.
I do, and sometimes I think that there's something to like I did think that with Whittingham, and maybe I was wrong because he sucked ass after he left Notre Dame. But I don't feel like that about James Franklin. Like, I think he got a very fair shake. He had every opportunity to prove himself, and he constantly shat the bed. I mean, that's, again, I don't think that Penn State can do better, but I don't think that James Franklin did a worse job than you could possibly do with everything that you have to the resources you have.
No, you're right. I just mean that, like, if Cignetti goes to Penn State and consistently wins 10 games, they're not going to be pissed off as quickly as like Franklin. Like Franklin, this year it got to the point where they were like, he can't win the big game. He can't win the big game. He's got to win the big game. It's all or nothing this season. If he doesn't win it all, he's probably gone. I think Cignetti would be able to buy himself a lot of time at Penn State.
I guess, but again, eventually it wears off.
Sure. But I think he's going to buy himself a little bit of time if he goes. But I think Rhule is and the one who ends up in Penn State, and then Penn State just mires in mediocrity and gets passed up by Indiana, and then we all laugh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Penn State thinks they're up here, but really they're actually kind of down here, and they're about to like fall lower to like that. Like, I think they were capping out what they could be at, and now they're just going to be hitting under that consistently.
Yeah. All right, I want to talk about these fans that I saw because Oklahoma State is not a good football team. It's pretty terrible over there. And the games are not very well attended. But there was one fan out in section.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
You were like Oklahoma State. I'm like, Oklahoma State, you say, huh?
Gotta hit it. There was one fan out in section 231 this weekend. This dude went by himself into the section, took off his shirt, twisted around his head like a helicopter, just not giving a damn, and kept going. He was fired up, man. So fired up that some people joined him. There were a couple guys that showed up to the section, also took off their shirts, started spinning around their head. Everybody's laughing. They're like, hell yeah, you guys, you got anybody else that wants to show up? Yeah, I got some more people to show up. Next thing you know, more people show up into the section. Now we've got like double the participants. Everybody shirts off, spinning around their head, except for the one female in that section.
I was just going to say.
Section continued to grow, Scott. It continued to multiply. They got put on the video board a few times. People flocked to the section. It grew to be the entire section plus some of the sections on either side. They completely dominated this section, and it all started with one dude who just, I don't give a shit. I'm taking off my shirt. I'm going ham. Yes, Tank, this is the definition of guys being dudes at Oklahoma State. Scott, this is amazing. This was one of the coolest things I had ever seen.
It's amazing, but also I'm a little upset because, you know, if you've ever had an usher accost you for trying to go down to seats that you didn't pay for down in the lower level, where were the ushers at on this one? I guess it's okay if the cheap seats, huh? You ain't got a problem with that. Like, I've had guys at the Reds games be like, entire section empty down on the lower side. Oh, no, can't sit there. Can't do that. This is dope. I love this. I'm glad that this happened, and this is probably the best thing Oklahoma State has going for it.
You do make a good point that since this is the upper level, people went up to these seats. They didn't go down. So they were ushers don't give a shit if you go up. They don't care.
Yeah, but be consistent with your punishments. All right. If it's not okay for me to not sit in a seat I didn't pay for down there, it shouldn't be okay for me to sit anywhere in the stadium if I didn't pay for the seat.
First of all, Scott, you are doing it way wrong. Because if you're getting stopped by the usher, you are doing it way wrong. The trick is...
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing it way wrong. I think that there's some difference between you and I when it comes to being able to get past the usher without any type of questioning going on. All right? All right?
Race card.
Walked right into that one. that trap set walked right into it, man.
I stopped you just like the usher stopped me, baby.
I was going to say, because the trick is like 2 or 3 hot dogs and 2 beers in your hand. So you got everything together. And then when they stop and they're like, do you have your oh, yeah, no, I know where I'm going, man. I'm good. Thanks. And then you just walk right past because you got stuff in your hands. Kids also help with that, too. If you got the kids and you're like, come on, guys, we got to get to our seat. No, I'm good. Come on, let's go. Boom, right down to where you want to be.
I'll try that next time.
White, huh? Damn.
I hope you don't hear about me getting arrested and taken out of the stadium in front of my kids for trying to get into seats that I didn't pay for. But I'll give it a shot.
We once sat with the Cleveland players' wives with that trick. Like we went at the Red Stadium. We were like, that section's way open. We should just go sit there. We sat down. It was me and Boyle and a buddy of mine, and we're sitting around. We're like, look at him. Nobody.
And thank you. I wasn't going to say this, but you looked his name, and I'll also point out that Brendan's saying, if you're black, they'll think you stole the hot dogs and beer. Absolutely. That was why I said I'll try this, mythological thing that you're telling me. But I feel like it would be like, put down those beers and that hot dog. Boom, 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 boom. Be the first person to get murdered at a baseball game.
The ushers are strapped. I thought it was a gun. It was a hot dog. Ah, my bad.
What was I supposed to do? There's no black players on the field. I didn't think they'd be in the stands either. Like, it looks suspicious.
Scott,
he must be here to see Michael Harris.
Hold on. We'll get to Joe's comment here in a second. Tank said, Greg lives matter. Boyle said, apparently they're strapped with cannons. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the hand cannons, baby.
Joe saying ushers are all ice now.
I want all the ushers to wear their body cams. Make sure they're on.
Joe also said he's drain pouring this Oklahoma State celebration because you're going to start seeing this at future sporting events. To that, Joe, I say good. I want to see this at future sporting events. It's Oklahoma State, man. There is nothing to be excited about. There's nothing to be. Make your own fun at this point, right?
Make this the new rushing the field. Everybody rushing up to be in the upper deck. Hey guys, we're upper decking it. We'll take back the meaning.
I've never done that. Have you ever done that to somebody?
Because I think it's quite impractical. I love it as an idea, but I don't think I can.
There's
I
no
was just
way.
gonna say, I don't think I could ever bring myself to actually do it. Do you know how loud it is when you lift the top up of a toilet? Like, I feel like I would give myself away immediately. Be like, why are you in there lifting the top
What's
of
going
my
on in
toilet?
there? Oh, I'm just jiggling the thing. I got to jiggle. The water's running. I got you. Don't worry.
Like either that, or even if they believe that, the minute I open the door, they're standing right there. Did you just fucking upper deck my shit? No, I gotta go.
They move the top of the lid. Really, man? How did I get there? What? What are the odds? No way.
Dude, you should check that more often. You got a floater in your tank, man. I guess. Yikes.
Tank said you were gonna get sniped by Redzilla.
There's some black kids trying to upper deck it. Boom, 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 boom.
You'd be safe from Redzilla. They don't shoot Redzilla wherever the netting is. Have you ever noticed that at a Reds game? They only shoot it wherever there's no netting. So they stop for all of the people like from the dugout across to the other dugout. My kids get pissed. They're like, oh, how come Redzilla didn't fire? I'm like, first of all, buddy, we're in section 532, row ZZ. Like, it's not making it to you anyways. Okay. Second of all, nets and stuff.
That was really just a way to control that. The Richards don't get enough. The Richards don't get enough freebies. Let's hand them some more.
They're not handing them more. They're skipping over the Richards that are right there in the middle in the good seats.
Well, those people get it anyway for sure. They don't want it shot at them, but still, you know, from the dugout on, like those are the common folk.
That's what I mean. Like it starts at the one end of the dugout and then blocks everything until the other.
I'm sitting there. I was thinking about like specifically like diamond seats and whatnot.
Oh no, it's like all those people along the first baseline, third baseline don't get Redzilla.
Yeah, well, they get handed balls by the players, so no sympathy for them.
It's a fair point. From one fired coach to another, Brian Callahan got fired by the Titans this weekend.
Nepotism fails again. Who knew?
Surprising that Callahan gets fired after being like, I don't know, my quarterback's not that great. I don't know. What do you want me to do about it? Like just completely disparaging the number one draft pick in the draft, throwing his quarterback under the bus, really showing that he's not ready for this job. So
he's as good as his father was.
First one to go. I want to know, Scott, who's the next one? So we're going to sip, chug, drain, pour this one. I got some NFL hot seat coaches, hot seats, mahogany scrotes. Who's the next one?
New segment.
Shout out Boyle. Sip, chug, drain, pour. Zac Taylor, Mike McDaniels, Kevin Stefanski.
Oof. I think Stefanski is safe. All right, so how are we doing this? Are we drain pouring the one that we think is the next to get fired for sure?
No, drain pour the one you think is safe. We're going with who is the next to get fired.
Okay, so I think Stefanski is the drain pour. Then I think that by default, I'm going to say your boy is right in the middle because I don't think that the Browns are cheap enough. They'll just wait it out. Everybody seems to think they're going to fire him. And I'm like, no, if they didn't fire Marvin Lewis, they're never going to fire Zac Taylor. So they'll wait this one out. And unfortunately, I think my boy down in there in Miami. But come on home. Come on back to the Bay. We're going to collect all the former Kyle Infinity Stones. We're going to bring them back. We're going to bring back all the black coaches, and then we're going to push them all back out when they get hot again. We're going to get some more comp picks, baby. That's a plan.
I was going to say this, and that's why I specifically brought, because I agree with you 100%. I think this is the easiest sip, chug, drain, pour. And Robert Taylor is right there with you. Drain, pour, Stefanski, Chug, Taylor, and McDaniel. I'm in the exact same boat. Jesse's saying Taylor's a drain pour. He feels pretty safe that Zac is not going anywhere.
I mean, again, by default, but I think Stefanski's even safer.
Well, and your reasoning is right too. Mike Brown's not going to pay a contract. Out. Like he's not going to pay
to not coach.
What do you mean I'm going to pay somebody to not be my coach? No, that's not going to happen. He's going to coach here until he runs the program into the ground. Take a shot. Scott's kids here.
Always Luke. It's always Luke.
Why are my lips so red?
I don't know. Probably because you ate something red. Good night. Love you.
Bye, Luke.
Okay. Mike said goodbye.
Why?
Bye, bud. Anywho's,
It might have been the green skin.
Cool.
Might have been what? What made his lips red?
I don't know. It sounded like he said green Skittles.
Yeah.
Which would make okay, you heard that too? All right, yeah, that would make no sense. So
I was like, wait a second.
Whatever.
We gotta unpack this. Why are my lips red? I think it was the green Skittles. Son.
My kid's failing colors again.
Robert said he's just as big as you are, Greg. All right, but I brought up McDaniel on purpose because I think it's bullshit. You guys brought Salah back. You got the 3rd round pick for Salah and then brought him back. You got the 3rd round pick for McDaniel. You're going to bring him back. And then both of them are going to go again. And you're going to get, hold on.
Don't you forget one more, because when they give Ryans the boot down there in Houston, we're going to bring him back and we're going to get one more, baby. We're just going to keep recycling 3rd round picks.
It is not fair that you get the Infinity Stones and then they're taken away from you and then you get to put them back. That's not fair. I don't like this. It doesn't help that my coach looks like he looks around behind him and then says the N-word. Like that's not fair.
Yeah, and also the fact that when they had this rule, when this rule came out, it's like I think that Marvin made it so that there might not be any black head coaches in Cincinnati for a little while, and so you can't take advantage of it. So it's like another thing to blame on Marvin. It's like, damn it, screwed that up too.
Well, you look at Taylor's staff and you're just like, oh, we're not even trying for this.
Yeah, not even close.
We're not even like, hey, you know how the Niners stockpiled 3rd round picks? Maybe we should give that a shot. Nah, we just want to hire a bunch of white guys. We're good. You know who we need a defensive coordinator? Al Golden. That's who we need a defensive coordinator. That's the future of an NFL franchise. Bring Al Golden in here. Run the defense, get him promoted up, because that's who can run an NFL franchise. Not like, let's get this, young up and coming black coach and then flip him for a 3rd round pick like the Niners have been doing for years. Nope. We're just going to bring in.
Well, they would justify it. They'd be like, hey, look, I didn't even work in Kansas City. Nobody wanted to hire Bieniemy. Oh, what's the point? Just because you hire a black guy doesn't mean you're going to get the 3rd round draft pick. So we won't even risk it here in Cincy. Won't even risk it.
Robert saying bringing the entire coaching staff back just to lose to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl for a 3rd time. What a story.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Because, again, during Jordan's era, there's just going to be so many New York Knicks that just, hey, I remember what it was like to be runner-up. And it's fine. It's fine. But as long as those 3rd round picks keep stacking up and we keep beating the system, it's worth it in the end. Besides, at this point, the Niners are just doing it to have warm bodies this late in the year. Like, everybody's dead again. So it's whatever.
Brutal season for you, man. Absolutely.
Again.
Oh, yeah. I feel really bad for you that your team is not good for the 2nd year in a row. Oh, it's got
Thank you.
Got to be so tough to be.
I appreciate that from you. That means a lot.
Oh my God. I just don't know how you do it. 2 years in a row where it's disappointing.
These are trying times, my friend.
Scott, how do you do
These are the times that build you as a fan.
You're right about that. I wish I knew that struggle, that I could relate to my team not being good 2 years in a row.
Well, you have an elite quarterbacking right now, so I feel like you should stop crying.
Super Bowl winning quarterback right now.
Yeah, firsthand, I saw it. The day he was dubbed elite was against my Niners.
Just getting all of the AFC North jerseys. He's just collecting them like.
Yeah, you're collecting. I was gonna say he's collecting jerseys. We're recollecting coaches. It's a collection game, man. You got to get in on this. You're collecting. Hey, you're collecting white coaches, I guess.
Did you see Tomlin ripped on the Browns for trading Flacco in division? Tomlin's I don't get why you would do that. And it's like, well, because they're the Browns, bro. They don't give a shit. They still have 8 quarterbacks on the roster. They don't care. They can spare a few.
They're like, we got to keep making those homemade jerseys, adding more nameplates. So here we go.
It's not long until Shedeur gets the crowd starts calling for him, right? Like Dylan Gabriel has not been impressive the last couple of weeks. It's not.
I mean, they're going to do it just because. I mean, you might as well just see what he can do. I don't think he's going to be very good. I think we saw what we need to know in the preseason. We saw where he got drafted. I just don't think he's going to be good. But you might as well throw him out there. There'll be some people buy some tickets just to say they saw him.
Did you see his brother rolled up to the game this weekend and pretended to be him and started signing autographs and shit, fooled people into thinking he was Shedeur?
I did not. That's amazing. That's pretty amazing.
I feel like that's like their YouTube.
Look. I'm gonna prove that they think we all look alike.
Oh, Scott, you know what that music means.
Is unemployed.
Time for the Wise Guys Top 10 poll. If you don't know what this is where we rate college football teams based on the only metric that matters, and that's their odds to win the national championship. We have, I think, 10 exact teams this week, Scott. Let's get into it. Wise Guys Top 10 for Week 7. At number 10, Texas Tech, plus 1,800 odds to win the championship. At number 9, Texas, big win over Oklahoma. It is 8:45 p.m. Eastern on October 14th, and Oklahoma still sucks. Texas
Welcome.
Vaults their way to number 9 at plus 1,700 odds to win the national championship. Notre Dame at number 8. Their odds got better. They were plus 2,200 last week, plus 1,600 this week. Probably going to drop after this weekend when they play USC. But for right now, plus 1,600, number 8 spot. Number 7, Georgia at plus 1,300. What's going on there at Georgia, Scott? Kirby's over there like calling timeout and then pretending like he didn't and saying he was just clapping. It was a weird game with Georgia there. Number 6, Texas A&M plus 1,100 odds to win the national title. And number 5, Oregon. They dropped to plus 1,000 after their loss to IU this weekend. That means we got a shakeup in the top 4. Here it is, number 4, Indiana plus 900. Plus 900 odds.
That's
to win,
wild,
Scott.
dude.
Last week, Indiana's odds were plus 3,500. Their odds skyrocketed after beating Oregon to plus.
Imagine if you picked them last week. If you put money on them last week to win the whole thing.
I get some value in these picks. That's why we do this every week. Number 3 is the U at plus 800. Number 2 is Alabama at plus 700. And number 1, Ohio State. Their odds got better, plus 330. The Wise Guys think nobody is touching Alabama, Scott. That's what they're telling us here. Ohio State. Nobody is touching Ohio State.
Yeah, no. I don't think so. Based off what we've seen so far, they look clear and away the best team.
I heard a story about how they are just like grinding teams to a halt. They are having very few possessions in a game. All of their possessions are scoring possessions, but because it's so low possessions, the scores aren't crazy. You're not seeing like the 70-0 games that you're used to seeing from Ohio State. And they're just dominating, just grinding it out, playing the same way my brother played college football against me when we were kids, where he would just run the ball and score, make it 7-0 in the first quarter, then force me to get a 3 and out, and then run out the entire second quarter too. It was 14-0 at halftime.
It's come full circle. They're playing Jim Tressel ball all over again. Like when they didn't have the talent to compete, so they just kept the ball away. Now they're doing the same thing, only they have the talent to bludgeon you, and they're like, why waste it? Like, let's keep guys healthy. We'll just play keep away. Games will be quick, less injuries. I mean, hey, I dig it. It's
the way to be.
Yeah.
The way to be. Robert saying Texas Tech should be top 5.
That's not how.
Texas
That's
Tech
not
is
how,
at plus 1,800 odds. They are.
Not how Wise Guys works, bro.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Take it up with Vegas. Do you want to see what the bracket would look like if it was?
I do.
Scott?
Well, wait, hold on. Before you do that, if you're going to talk about grinding things out and really having a low possession game, how are you going to do that without showing some respect to Army?
Don't you dare, Mookie. Don't you dare do it.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Rex had a huge win this week in college football 26. 54-yard field goal at the gun to beat Navy in Army's bowl battle. We're here to honor the fallen.
To disrespect the Wise Guys poll like that is the rudest thing you can do, man. We were about to go to the bracket to see what the bracket looks like as if the season ended today. Who would be playing where based on the Wise Guys poll, not based on the real poll that they actually go by. Here's the bracket, Scott. USF is getting in at that group of 5 champion at the number 12 spot, according to the Wise Guys. They would take on Oregon with the winner playing Indiana. That upper left bracket, though, ESPN would cream their jeans over that one. Notre Dame versus Texas on the 8-9 line.
And the winner
At
going to
Notre
play
Dame.
Ohio State.
And then the winner goes and plays against Ohio State, with the winner of that game likely taking on Indiana or Oregon, moving on to the national championship. And when you look on the other side of the bracket, Bama at number 2, baby. You got Georgia likely beating Texas Tech, and then an Alabama-Georgia matchup, and then the side of the bracket that nobody gives a shit about and everybody wants to disappear off of this completely, Texas A&M against Ole Miss, with the winner taking on Miami. Scott, looking at this bracket, how intriguing is this to you? Like, if this was how it would shake out, this is a pretty good college football playoff right here.
I was just going to say, it's early, and I mean, there's still a lot of football left to be played, but if this was how it ultimately ended up, and I know you said that bottom corner that goes go up, but dude, I'm all about it. Anytime you show me Lane getting into the playoffs, we need Lane in the playoffs this year. So however it needs to happen, let's get Lane in the playoffs. But these matchups, man, they would be juicy, dude. I like
So,
this.
but like this doesn't make any sense. I mean, we've got Ole Miss and Alabama playing this weekend. We got Georgia and some other SEC school playing this weekend. Like, there's no way this is how it's going to shake out. I don't like. Why would this be the bracket that they roll out for the playoffs?
I thought them changing the rules to where like the top 4 seeds just get it without like regards to top 4 conference winners would ease Mookie's confusion. And it doesn't. I think he's more confused than he was before about what this is. Tank also saying, I've turned a 180 on Mookie's NCAA highlights with that perfect interruption. Well done. And Jesse pointing out the game is 4,500%. Which costs more, ads for the Super Bowl or ads for Notre Dame, Texas?
Ooh, I think Notre Dame, Texas gives them a run for their money. I mean, Super Bowl ultimately will win out, but I think we would be surprised at the numbers.
Scott, follow that up with it's Notre Dame, Texas, and then it's either Notre Dame, Ohio State or Texas, Ohio State.
Yeah, dude. Could you imagine that? Okay, because Jesse pointing out in his next comment about Indiana and Oregon rematch, but I know you would hate it, and obviously, but I mean, Texas against Ohio State again too, like the potential for that. But of course, I mean, the Notre Dame story is always good with Marcus Freeman and Ohio State. Like, and I mean, I'm gonna watch. Give me more Marcus Freeman. So like, I'm rooting for Marcus Freeman and all of that.
You need the playoffs coaches cam. You got it. That's the only
no doubt
is the playoffs. All right, Scott. Let's talk about your favorite. We spent time in the speakeasy watching a game together. Let's talk some baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
ALCS, NLCS underway. The Mariners doing their job. See us rise, doing their job right now against Toronto. It seems like Toronto can't get anything done after that Yankees series. They're spent. You had Vladdy yelling into the microphone, "Duh, Yankee Lou," and then that was it. They've got nothing left after that. Mariner, are you feeling good about the Mariners at this point? Big dumper.
I mean, the good news is I don't really care who wins this series. And New York not being in it means that this is it's house money. Whoever wins, I'm perfectly fine for. I know we were, kind of rooting for Seattle, but if Toronto were to somehow pull us off, it'd be fine too. To your point, though, maybe it feels like they went all W with it and put up a mission accomplished sign after beating New York and forgot that there was still a ALCS and World Series to be played.
It's almost like maybe you shouldn't be popping champagne in the locker room.
Yes.
Like maybe win the next goddamn series before you pop the bottle. That's all. I don't know.
But I mean, too,
some people are saying, I don't know.
To the Mariners' credit, though, like having that game go as long as it did on Friday night to turn around and start the series on Sunday after Toronto had been sitting there for like 3 days of rest. I know that they're talking about, the momentum, and it's like, it actually hurts to have more rest in the playoffs because these dudes sit around and all that, and timing gets off. I don't know, man. The idea, just the way the Mariners had to do everything they had to do to get there. I am astounded that they were able to go up 2-0 going home looking like this. So, yeah, I mean, I at this point, I think we're gonna end up seeing the old Nintendo Bowl, the Dodgers versus the Mariners. It'll just be West Coast baseball,
Bro.
all the way.
I just said that because I was like, how mad is the MLB going to be if this is an all
dude.
West Coast World Series?
I feel like that's what we're looking at.
It seems like that's the road we're going to. Yes, Jesse, that was me Friday night. Someone kill me. I just want to go. Friday night was too damn long. I had never wanted to see a runner on second to start an extra inning more in my life than I did in that game. I'm glad the Mariners won, though. But the big story from this series is the guy behind home plate in Toronto rocking the big dumper butt plug shirt. This is moments before Cal Raleigh hit an absolute bomb. So this dude, he's talking all the shit with his butt plug shirt of Cal Raleigh.
Could you imagine walking into the stadium in that? I mean, that takes some balls to walk into the stadium with a butt plug on the front of your shirt.
But do you think he did that, or do you think he's walking in with a jacket on underneath it so he doesn't get bounced from his seat?
He absolutely walked in like
that.
No doubt. You don't buy a shirt with a butt plug on it without trying to show it off as much as possible before.
Also, and not only that, like he's sitting directly behind home plate, so he wasn't concerned about anything. They're not going to kick him out for wearing that. Like,
I don't know what was more distracting to me behind home plate. I don't know if it was the butt plug shirt or if it was this dude with the biggest arm I've ever seen in my life. Traps that are humongous.
Look
and
at those shoulders.
It looks like his arms were glued on. They don't look human.
They don't.
You
My
got
God.
a big dumper butt plug and this gigantic beast of a Hulk sitting right behind home plate. I couldn't focus on
the sleeves on that. They're screaming, dude.
The sleeves are fighting for their lives.
They are struggle bussing, man. Like, seriously, I'd be more concerned about walking in the stadium with that. They're frisking me and wanding me. They're like, excuse me, with all those guns, sir. Excuse me.
What exactly? What size shirt do you even buy if your traps are that hard? You've got to be like an extra long. Like you can't. You buy anything else, it's going to be too. This is insane. Jesse's saying Trent is legal again. Boyle's saying that looks like the weird shoulder joints on a He-Man toy. Tank saying, did Toronto unthaw a caveman for the Jesse, do you have a Joey Bats jersey in schmedium? Bro, this isn't even a schmedium.
No, because I almost said that and I'm like, no, there's no way that's a schmedium. Like the dimensions are freaking me out because it's like it's loose in the center, but so tight. Like he had the sleeves tapered or something.
Speaking of Joey Bats, Boyle pointing out today is the 10-year anniversary of
the greatest bat flip of all time.
Oh, what a bat flip. What was better, the bat flip or the subsequent punch to the face late the next season?
I think the bat flip was again like the punch to the face was fun. It got a lot of laughs, but that bat flip, man, I remember seeing. I was like, oh my God, like, and such a huge moment too. Like, that's what they'll remember him for. And the footnote is, oh yeah, and then a guy named Rugned Odor punched his lights out the next season.
How are you feeling? I mean, ALCS is fun. I do want the Mariners to do well. How are you feeling in the NLCS? I know you hate the Dodgers. That's like the last one you need to kick out of the playoffs. Yeah. And it doesn't feel like it's going to happen. It doesn't seem like Trash Panda Pat Murphy in Milwaukee is going to get it done.
We still got the power pocket pizza. I still have faith. I mean, because the first game, it's not like the Dodgers blew away. It's like Snell did what he had to do, and they lost by, what was it, 3-2 or whatever?
It was
Like
2-1, right?
2-1. Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers have looked really, really vulnerable, and that goes to show you how good they really are. That I think they've been playing really crappy, really, for like the last 2 months, and they're still like on the doorstep of the World Series.
They were not playing crappy the last 2 months. I know for a fact in the wild card series they were the greatest team ever.
Oh yeah. They turned it on for that.
Thank you. 2 games of just lights out baseball. They used up all their.
Speaking of which, I saw a rumor today that the Reds might be open to trading your boy.
Sure, go trade them all. We don't win with any of them. Fuck it. I don't.
Well, I mean, in this case, I don't know. You know, he's injured a lot. And so as good as he is, and that game 1 proved it, like, you know, if he gets his tits lit and he stays hurt most of the season, it's like, good is Hunter Green to have around? Like I think the health is the main thing, but most importantly, he's coming up on that all important, like, time to re-extend. And I don't think the Reds want to pay that. So get rid of him while the getting's good, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, look, the Reds window is closing. Like, if there is any type of window, it's nearly shut. Ellie is almost gone. That contract is almost up. The Tito contract was only 3 years. And that was telling right there. That was the ownership saying, we have 3 years to do something. And if it doesn't happen in 3 years, this is getting burnt to the ground. So I mean, nobody's off the blocks at this point. Like, the Reds are going to go into full-on rebuild mode. Like, I got to be honest, this extra wild card is the worst thing that could happen to a Cincinnati Reds fan, because it gave us just enough hope that we had a chance. We would have been eliminated back in beginning of September, but there was hope. And then we're like, well, maybe these guys could do something. No, they're not good enough. They're not good enough. It was statistically the worst team to ever be in the playoffs, not just record-wise. There wasn't a single guy batting 70. There wasn't a single pitcher that won more than like 16 games. They were statistically the worst team to ever make the playoffs. And we're like, oh, maybe we'll get a piece, and that'll do it. Maybe we'll put the over the hump. Maybe just a little bullpen help. We need one bat. We're gonna make a run. No, we're gonna fucking get our shit kicked in again. It's gonna be. It's done. Trade them all. Trade them all, man. I'm done. I whatever. We'll get what you can get. Like, let's start finding the new group of prospects that I'm going to love and can't wait to see be in a Reds uniform forever, only to see them traded away in 7 years. Like, fuck it. The cycle continues. Like, build them up, get me excited about them, and then ship them the fuck off. I'm about to watch Luis Castillo and Eugenio Suarez make it into the World Series. God damn it, Tank. God damn it, Tank.
I was waiting to find a spot to show it in there, but Tank just did it for me, because, Mike, at the end of the day, where are they going to go and where are you going to go?
Yeah. Thanks, man.
It's a fair question.
It's a good question.
Only so many people that the Yankees and Mets can have on their roster, right?
Hey.
Jesse, the Reds did have a window. Look at the preseason pick. Ask Scott who he picked on Backwards K Baseball.
I did.
Central.
I thought Tito was going to be the one, the spark that lit the fuse, man, and it did not go like that.
They had four fucking guys that were like in the running for Rookie of the Year. Andrew Abbott, Ellie De La Cruz, Matt McClain, Spencer Steer. Like, all of these dudes were potential Rookie of the, like, betting favorites. We had like 6 of the top 8 Rookie of the Year odds on betting favorites, and none of them are going to do it for us. Bro, it's hard. That's why when you say, "Oh, Niners are bad for a second year," fuck you, man. All right, this is real,
look. We all have our own struggles. Let's not try to compare. Let's not try to compare. It's not fair. You'll drive yourself mad trying to compare yourself to other fan bases, dude. Don't do it.
Even Ellie.
You want to know how I know? because I'm always chasing 27, 27, 27, 28, whatever the fuck they're at. As I'm always like, there's no catching it. There's no ultimately being able to trump that. So it's like always chasing that car.
Brutal, man. Big Merc saying, I mean, like rooting for Cleveland, basically the same fucking thing. True. It's just an Ohio thing at this point, I feel like.
Speaking of rooting for Cleveland, I feel like that's a great way to transition.
Reports
More bad news for Cleveland baseball, y'all.
Reports have come out today that basically this Emmanuel Clase thing that we talked about, where he got popped for gambling, he's under investigation. Apparently, it's very damning what they've got on him, to the point that insiders are saying he's never going to pitch in the majors again. Like, done. Out of the league, blackballed, put him right up there with Pete Rose, like barred from the hall. Like, dude is done. Scott, how do you fumble this bag like this, man?
I don't know, man. Him and Luis Ortiz both pulled from their like the winter ball teams. Like that's how you know it's bad. When the winter ball teams are like, "Yo, we don't even want to touch that." Like even like just their names being associated with our squads in winter ball, which it's serious in the countries that you know that those teams are played with. Like they're like, "Nope." And we haven't even heard like what the news is, and the news just says Clase. Like I don't know what the league has on Ortiz, or if maybe it's not as bad for Ortiz, but I don't know how the second guy who got busted has worse news than the first guy, and it just it's unimaginable. I can't imagine living the life that I reached the pinnacle, my dream, playing in the majors, doing what I worked my entire life for, and throwing it away on on gambling. Like my brain doesn't. I can't wrap it around anything for that. It just does not make sense to me. So I am at a loss.
It's got to be like the Jordan mentality, right? Of just like you're doing it for the thrill of the gamble, but in this case, you can affect the outcome. Like I feel like it starts off with like, man, I really like that feeling of like, oh, I hope this parlay hits. And then you're like, these parlays haven't hit, so I got to recoup some money. So I'm just going to go ahead and bet on my unders.
These parlays.
I'm going to bet on my unders. Like, I think that first pitch is going to be a ball. I don't know. Shoulders feeling a little tight here. Let's just make some cash. We'll get back to even, and then I'll get back to just betting on
Class A anytime home run. Oh, look, I left the meatball over the plate. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, guessing on that one.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Yeah. Oh, God. I mean, it's frustrating, though, man.
Emmanuel Clase.
The first Dominican Italian.
He just throws the pitch over the middle. Gets sent to the upper deck. Oof.
That was a spicy meatball.
That's how you do that, Mookie.
Yikes, man! It sucks because I don't like to see this for the game because I mean, if the reporting is true, it means that he definitely like affected the outcome of games in some way, shape, or form. Probably like negatively for Cleveland, and like I can't imagine being a Cleveland fan right now knowing that like your perennial all-star closer was out here throwing games.
Fuck the game. I don't want to see this for gambling. Do you realize the state we live in where we're banning THC seltzers and
well, okay, fine.
because
It's not my affliction.
No, here's the
I
thing.
know, and we
Because
talked about
the
DeWine
is
using this to
totally
to
gonna
get
use
rid
it.
of this.
Like,
Yeah, I know.
no prop bets in the state of Ohio because Emmanuel Clase affected the rules. And he's just gonna have a picture of Emmanuel Clase at a press conference. This is bullshit, man. I'm worried about my FanDuel account is what I'm worried about. Forget the integrity of baseball. Forget the guy. I'm worried about my FanDuel account. All right.
Oh, we have different priorities, but sure.
I grew up a wrestling fan. I could deal with knowing that this is all fake and the outcome is predetermined. I'm fine with that. I grew up with that. I'm used to seeing that. I used to think, I mean, I've still kind of think the NFL's fixed anyway. So, like, I'm conditioned to think this outcome is already predetermined. Don't take my money away. By the way, I'm never betting with Gabe again. Gabe's guarantee is guaranteed shit. Because
hold on. Let's not get carried away.
Didn't he have a disclaimer though?
He did. Odds are subject to change.
Odds are subject to change. That doesn't mean I'm going to miss every leg of this parlay. It's the opposite. It was almost as impressive as hitting the parlay. You went the complete opposite on it.
Well, and that's my point. Is maybe what you're missing out on is the opportunity to fade.
Yeah,
Gabe's guarantee.
Yeah, because you know what happens as soon as I fade Gabe's guarantee, he gets one leg right. He gets one leg right, and then my parlay is screwed too. No, Dorian, I did not make an NBA preseason game parlay. You gotta have a problem if you're betting on NBA preseason.
Moral digging up on the blast from the past, like Mike Leake stealing T-shirts from Macy's, doing it for the love of the game. Now that's a reference I've not heard in a long time, but that is hilarious.
Remember when they like tried to justify it? They were like, no, he was trying to return them, and he was in a hurry. Like, wait, he was returning the shirts that he took? Wow,
I was just gonna say the cover up for that was so sloppy that it was just like, you know what? Whatever, like, I don't care here. Like, Macy's isn't willing to prosecute Mike Leake because they want to make up excuses. Like, let the multimillionaire just steal T-shirts. Who cares?
Oh man! By the way, we missed something from Dorian here. We got to go back because this comment burying the lead. Dorian's been commenting for a long time. He said, last time I remember the Reds being good was when my uncle was playing with them with Ken Griffey Jr. He then clarified later and said, never mind, they were still ass in the 2000s. But Dorian,
I like the casual, like my uncle played with Ken Griffey Jr.
You know the greatest baseball player that our generation like looks up to? The kind of played ball with him. I don't know. That is the one thing I'm excited about with the Mariners making it, Scott. I want the Mariners to make it because there's gonna be a day.
Oh, they're gonna bring out all the hits, dude. We're gonna get Griffey. We're gonna get Randy. Yep. We're gonna get 251s. We're gonna have 251s.
I want John Olerud to throw out a first pitch in the helmet.
Well, and the best part is Dan Wilson's the manager. So like he was part of those squads. We got to get Edgar. We got to dust off Edgar. Oh, dude, Jay Buhner. What's he doing?
Yes.
Jay Buhner. Yes, dude.
He still got the goatee. Jay Buhner still has to have the goatee.
And Jamie Moyer. I know he wasn't on those teams, but I mean, like he's Seattle.
Mariners, yeah.
Like he's Seattle. So I'd big out Jamie Moyer.
Plus
he's probably like what 90 now. Like I mean, he retired at 56. So
do you think he's older than his fastest pitch speed yet?
Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%. Seriously,
like more than 80.
Voice of God, can we find out what Jamie Moyer is doing and what his age is, please?
10-4.
Thank you.
Oh shit, Boyle calling out Paul Sorrento
Ooh,
and
that's
Richie Sexton. Oh,
those are deep. Those are deep. Like, but if we go into Richie Sexton, then you got to bring out Brett Boone, and you got to bring out Arthur Rhodes, like because that 2001 team.
Oh,
like,
the Bulldog.
Yeah.
The Roses up there. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you want to dig deep, like if they did that, like they were just like Mariners classics, and they brought out like that alone will make me root even harder for the Mariners to get to the series, so that we can see all these old classic Mariners show up.
The last time the Mariners had won a playoff game was 2001, and
Freddie Garcia, bring back Freddie Garcia, The Rock.
The roster at the time, yes, Freddie Garcia, Jamie Moyer was on that team.
Yep.
Rhodes was on that team.
Yep. Brett Boone.
Who else? Paul
Ichiro.
Adams, pitchers. Tom Lampkin was a catcher. David Bell.
There you go, David Bell. He's jobless. He could show up.
Speaking of jobless, Jamie.
Oh shit!
Scott Podsednik. Damn.
Jamie Moyer may be retired. However, he is still very active in the nonprofit
That's the blood
community
plug
in
guy.
East Clark County, Washington.
Look at him,
Yep,
still
there you go.
dealing.
That's Jamie Moyer.
Still dealing.
At 62 years old, he's still active
in
pitching
overalls.
in for a cause.
In overalls, dude.
62. That means Jamie Moyer has not gotten older than his top speed pitch.
Are we sure? Like, okay, so like let's
Dude,
adjust it.
Moyer
Hey,
was
hold on.
regularly. Hold on, he was regularly at 80 miles an hour.
No. Let's adjust for inflation. He's 60 some now. How fast do we think he can get up to now? Like, I think we've hit that even. No. I know that wasn't the original question, but I'm saying, like, if we adjust for inflation, what Jamie Moyer can top at now with his age, I feel like we're right in line.
I don't even know if Moyer can hit 62 now. Like,
now you're doubting him. Now you're underselling Jamie Moyer. Like,
bro,
I think he could still get it up there at 62.
Bro, in his prime, he was hitting 80.
But 62, dude, like.
But that was in his prime. That was. Well, I was about to say 20 years ago, but yeah, that was about 20 years ago. He was 40 years old.
He was in 2001. That's what I said. He retired when he was like 56. Like, he hasn't been retired that long.
Scott said, just joined. What's the question? Scott, we're just naming old
Mariners. We're just thinking. We're just trying to figure out who's going to be at the World Series celebration when they make it, and who are they bringing back? Blast from the past, Mariners names.
Is Lou Piniella still alive? Because that'd be one.
No, Lou died. Yeah, Lou died a few years back. I remember that one.
Did he?
Or I killed him just now, and he's alive and well.
Just killed him. Hold on.
I feel like I remember that one. I feel like we did an obit on him.
Stop everything. We got to find out if Lou Piniella is dead, because if he's not, Scott is done. I do have a Louis Piniella obituary. That is a lifelong resident of Tampa. That is not Lou Piniella.
The funny part is you go and you start typing in is Lou P, and it fills in automatically Piniella's still alive. And yes, he is still alive.
Lou's got to be touching about Moyer's fastball now. He's got to be at 82. Right?
I know it's good. Well, no, I mean
he was born in 43, so my safer
the
math
same.
tells me that's like 80 something.
82. He's touching Moyer's fastball.
In his prime fastball. Not his fastball
Lou
now.
past the fastball now. He's way past it now. Jesse, the throwback M's for the World Series. Yes. I want to see it. I want to see the old school kits. Actually, what they should do.
Hit him with the pilots.
go back in time and get those Mariners futures jerseys for like
with the sleeveless?
Yes!
Big Dumper with the sleeveless jerseys in the World Series? Dude, I hated those futuristic jerseys when they were a thing at the time, but I am here for it in 2025.
Mookie, see if you can find the Mariners future
He
jersey.
absolutely can, because there's pictures of Griffey with it. I've Googled this before. They exist. Like, the quality is not great, but they exist. I've seen them.
Tanks and Lou still ripping heaters somewhere. Hell yeah. What they need to do is they need to bring Lou out before a game to throw out the first base. And instead of throwing out a pitch,
He
just
walks
grabs
out
the
with
base
it.
and chucks it into the outfield.
Yeah.
That's how the game starts. Do you realize how crazy that crowd would go if Lou Piniella came and threw out the first base before game 2 of the World Series? Holy shit.
Mike Cameron. Mike Cameron was on that 2001 team. He's coming. He's coming.
I just want Olerud out there in the helmet. I just
like naming old Mariners. Like, I can't believe how many old Mariners I can name for a team that I did not
That's
follow.
because it was the greatest. It's such a 90s team. Like
it is, but I'll tell you what, it's also a product of the Griffey baseball games, because you were Seattle because you wanted to play with Griffey. And so you got to know those Mariners teams more than you would have otherwise. Like that for at least for me, that's 100% the reason. Like, I know more about those Mariners teams because Griffey played with them and because I wanted to be Griffey in the game. Like, you played a lot with them.
it's true. It's 100% true that's how I learned about
Harold Reynolds. Now that's going back way farther. Like, that's before that time. Like, but if you're talking about classic Mariners, you'd have to bring Harold back.
Got to bring him in.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just doing.
Yes, we definitely said Edgar Martinez, Boyle. That was one of the. Yeah, I brought that up almost immediately. Him and Jay Buhner and.
Do you bring back A-Rod?
No, God, no.
Look at those jerseys! Oh my God,
dude! And this is the reissue, because that's D Gordon.
That's when they did the extra futures game. Like,
that's D Gordon wearing that.
The futures game. Look,
they
at those
brought back the futuristic jerseys. Like, that's
I was really hoping someone would call that Griffey.
No, come on, man.
Come on. I know black people all look alike, but I'm not going to make that slip up.
I mean, I was just trying to trip someone up with a race card. That's all.
I'm not going to make that mistake. If it's Griffey. I know what Griffey looks like. Yeah, Scott, we did have John Olerud on our list.
Mm-hmm.
Dorian Ken Griffey Jr. helped me fall in love.
I think he did. I think a lot of people did.
Generation, like our whole generation, was built on Griffey. I wonder how bad a shape baseball's in bad shape now, but I wonder how bad a shape it would be in if we didn't have Griffey in there.
There's one, because that's the one from that 2002 Mark McLemore. Boyle digging deep. I like that one.
Good name.
That's a deep cut name right there. I like that one.
Scott, how bad a shape do you think baseball would be in if we didn't have Griffey in the 90s?
Pretty terrible. Like, look, I don't attribute Griffey being any reason why, like, I love baseball specifically, but he didn't hurt my love of the game, right? Like, if anything, he only expanded it to the opposite coast, because it's like back when we were first watching baseball, it's like you only saw your team, like you only saw the only chance that you had to see the teams that were across the country were on the nationally televised games. And so Griffey being in a lot of those because of the times, it's like, yeah, I mean, I can't sit here and say that he's not part of the reason why I extended, but I absolutely recognize that between the video games and the popularity and the backwards hat and the home run derbies and all of that stuff, like, yeah, I mean, there's probably, I would say you'd have to at least cut it in half. Like, because I'm on the outside looking in. I like baseball regardless, but there are a lot of people who are exactly like that, where it's like, I am a baseball fan because of Ken Griffey Jr., and that's the main reason.
Joe said, what about bringing the Sonics legends in for a cameo?
What's that left shrimp doing? Let's bring him in, right?
Hey, Sean Kemp, you got a minute?
Hey, can you get away from the 42 kids and come throw out a first pitch?
Scott said JJ.
JJ Buds. Oh.
And then followed up with sweaty Freddie Garcia.
Yeah, we already mentioned we did. I threw Freddie Garcia's
You did
name
not
out
say
there
sweaty Freddie Garcia.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't identify him as sweaty. That is the extra qualifier.
Dorian, we missed the steroid era too. It was fun.
Secretly, I think we all do, and I say secretly, speaking only for myself, because on its face, like much like the whole Class A thing, like I don't want to see baseball's integrity besmirched. Yeah, see, and
you're besmirching baseball, huh? Yeah. You besmirched my game. You're gonna have to answer to me. See, I got Jack Johnson and Rudy Troy right here for you. See,
but I tell you what, that's how I feel as a baseball fan. Like I feel like a 1920s.
Say
Like
something about baseball again. See,
that's what I think. As a defender of baseball, that's what I feel like. Like I grew up in the wrong time frame. Like
Universal DH is bullshit. See.
Because to your point, when we're watching that 15-inning game on Friday night, all I could think about was the fact that this game would have been over if anybody in this era could lay down a sack bunt. But because we live in the home run or strikeout era, nobody could do it.
Oh, see,
that game would have been over 2 hours earlier if anybody could lay down a sack bunt.
You went that way. I was sitting there going, "Thank God for the pitch clock, or this would only be the 7th inning." We'd be in the 7th inning stretch right now. I'd be fucking.
That
like,
game would still be going. Oh man,
Jesse, I did not turn into the dad from a 1920s racist porno. I'm just. You gotta be in the speakeasy more, man. Pay attention more in the speakeasy. That's what. Oil with a great question though, because he said, "Can we name another athlete that was equally as talented and cool as fuck as Griffey was?" I would put Jordan up there as just because he transcended so much and he was so good that it made him cool, and everybody wanted to be like Mike, and there was all those commercials. Yeah. Everybody was a Bears or a Bulls fan, so I would put Jordan in there. Not too many other, maybe Tiger.
Yeah.
Tiger got a lot of into golf.
I mean, the list is short. Like it takes a lot to transcend the game. It's fandom, it's age disparity in Griffey's case. Like there are not that many people that are able to do that. Because even when you think about the top, like if you're like Mike Trout isn't bringing in young eyeballs because like how good he is. It's like he's just generationally good, and that's it. But like Griffey was generationally good and generationally cool.
Yeah,
like
fun.
A backward, like all of us wore our hats backwards because of Ken Griffey Jr. and to a lesser extent Fred Durst.
So how does this all change now that Griffey is all about the organ?
What?
You seen all those commercials of the Griffey playing the organ, getting people into music and whatnot. Now he's trying to do that and promote, musical education and things like that through baseball.
Still cool.
I mean, it's cool because he's doing it. But I'm gonna admit ignorance. Cool? I'm gonna admit ignorance on this. I have no idea.
I didn't know what that was. I knew he was like a photographer. Like
I knew the photography thing for sure, but I didn't know anything about it.
Musical education.
Nope.
Pretty cool on Griffey's part, I think. Jesse said Tiger wasn't fucking cool. Okay, hold on, because in the golf world, Tiger was cool as shit, man.
Well,
like,
and
am I doing a weird comparison because it's golf?
No, it's not that. I think that it's two separate things. Tiger was very cool up until the point where we found out the details about how uncool Tiger actually was. Like Tiger was cool until the facade was pulled back, whereas Griffey cool from the get-go all the way until now. Jordan, cool because of how great he was and just everything he did. Like Tiger was cool, and then we found out about Perkins, and it was like, maybe he's not that cool.
I mean, I guess it's better than Waffle House, but like,
Is it though? Because
yes, come on.
Hold on. I like Waffle. I like Waffle House better than Perkins. I've only been to Perkins 2 times, and both times I was like, the food here is horrendous. I never left Waffle House disappointed.
Sip, Chug, Drainpour, Waffle House, Perkins, Denny's.
Ooh, this is easy. I haven't eaten Denny's in over a decade. And I am chugging Denny's. I am drain pouring Perkins, and I am sipping on Waffle House, baby.
That's wild. That is a wild take.
Not for me, dude. Hey, no, Waffle House is the shit, man. I love Waffle House.
Drainpour Waffle House because I'm not trying to get stabbed while I'm eating.
Boo! Boo!
Drainpour the shit out of Waffle House.
Boo!
I am chugging Denny's just for the Grand Slam, and I am sipping on Perkins, baby.
Perkins is awful food.
What are you talking about?
Awful. Again, it made me think.
Decent food and waitresses willing to fuck a golfer. All right, great establishment they got there at Perkins.
Again, when I saw the quality of what we were working with through photos and the idea that I hated the food, it was like that checks all the way out. Tiger's not nearly as cool as I thought.
You would have respected him more if it was like, you got this Waffle House waitress.
Yeah. It'd be like, well, I mean, it might not have been great, but he left satisfied with the food. And Perkins, it's like, you had a bad night and a bad lay. He's like, come on, man, come on. As a golfer, you know better than to have a bad lay.
Miller.
Voice of God and Mike
Miller
Trout.
for 3. Oh, he backed it in. We're going to overtime.
Epic fail by both of you. That's what you both get.
It's a really professional show here. Well produced.
I'm upset that you tried to get me on Tiger and Waffle House too. Like, that's offensive.
You stopped it. I was like, shit. I gotta volley this one back over real quick. And I did. It was successful.
You did, and then Mookie fucked it up.
Went to it. Well, that moons over my hammy. All right, Scott's saying pour drain Denny's, chugging Waffle House, and sipping Perkins. Thank you for agreeing that we need to sip Perkins. Dorian saying smother cover hash browns are
Thank you.
Boyle saying they'll chuck a chair or something.
I mean, that's why Waffle House is great, because you never know what you're gonna get.
Hold up. Boyle just said, wasn't the waitress Tiger was banging from Youngstown?
That I didn't know. If that's the case, I did not know. I just know that it was Perkins. Like, I didn't know where the Perkins was located. Quite honestly, I didn't care because it was Perkins.
I don't know if she was in Youngstown. She's just from Youngstown.
Oh, okay.
The Perkins Youngstown waitress refers to Mindy Lawton, who claimed to have had an affair with Tiger Woods that began when she was a manager at a Perkins restaurant in Orlando, Florida, not Youngstown. But she's from Youngstown. Wow. All right. There you go. That's the thing that just happened. Just learning stuff on the floor.
I can hit buttons too.
Let's talk basketball.
Boom shakalaka.
We talked about the decision too last week, Scott.
Yeah.
There's a Lakers fan who is suing LeBron James
Good.
for $856.
I hope it's for emotional distress.
It is because when the decision 2 was announced, this fan hopped online.
Oh, he bought a bunch of tickets for the end of the season?
2 tickets for what would have been LeBron James's last game.
Oh, moron.
Year. The prices had already gone up. The decision was made, and all the scalpers were like, we're jacking these bad boys up. So you paid $856 for 2 tickets. And and went to try to sell them, and the value has plummeted. So he is suing LeBron James for $856 to recoup the cost of the tickets that he purchased.
I love that. Dude, I need, you know what we need? An episode of People's Court with LeBron and this guy. Dun, dun, dun. Joe Schmo is suing LeBron for $850. He says he was screwed out of money under the false pretenses that LeBron was retiring. LeBron says he doesn't know him shit.
Bart has been sworn in.
Dude, I'm here for this. Let's bring it back. Let's do this.
People's Court. I feel like this is tailor-made for Judge Judy. This is definitely
whatever it has to be. I just went with People's Court because I thought the music was catchy when they were doing the intros. Like, I love that part.
That music, that takes me back to being
yeah. Sunday afternoons at the grandparents' house.
Just somebody pushing their way through that little tiny fucking. Why do you even have the gate here? It's super tiny. Anybody can step right over it.
My grandfather was on an episode of People's Court. My mom has, to that point, she had never been more embarrassed in her life. He sent us the VHS. He was like proud of it. It was like his wife, who my mom doesn't get along still did with his wife, and she was suing their neighbor because there was like a dog bite incident. It was total baloney. But there my grandpa was on the People's Court. And it was fantastic. Like, I loved everything about it. My mom was covering her face in embarrassment. She was so disappointed. And I'm like, look at his grandpa, like, on TV. This is amazing. Who cares how ridiculous this is? This is real life.
I saw a TikTok comedian who that's how he made money. Because if you go on People's Court, you essentially dismiss your case. And then you decide to settle it in court. And the payout comes from the show. So it's like whoever wins just gets the payout. So he said him and his friends would just sue each other and then get on People's Court and have the TV show pay them. And then they would just split the money with each other. Like they would just make up
That's
stories
amazing.
to sue each other about, and then just go on People's Court and collect money from the TV networks. Brilliant idea.
Hustle's gonna hustle, baby.
Yes, thank you, Whitey. Ben Palmer, that's who it is. He's the same guy that like trolls people on Facebook, where he creates, like, he turns his account into Target and then responds to racists as Target. And people are like, "Oh, pride, I ain't going to Target no more." And then he changes his account to Target and he's like, "You're gay." And then they're like, "Well, I'm gonna report this to corporate." And then he changes his account to Target Corporate. We're like, "No, you're gay. We understand." And then it's like, then they never
I love that.
Greatest dude.
I love that this episode has also brought up the repressed memory of my grandfather being on the People's Court. I haven't thought about that in years.
You know, can you track down what season it was?
As soon as I said that, I was like, I need to Google and figure this out, because again, my mom had VHS. Like, my grandfather was like proud of being on it, and again, my mom was so embarrassed. And when she saw it, she was watching it with me, and she's like, I just can't believe that he did this and that she got him to stoop to this level. I have to look it up. I think we can find it. Like, all right. Looks like there's a couple different streaming platforms that have the People's Court. Also, they have their own YouTube. I also hope that I'm not like completely wrong, and it wasn't one of the other ones. It might have been like Judge Joe Brown or something. I'm gonna have to ask Alex about this. Yeah, no. It was either Judge Joe Brown or People's Court, and the only reason I remember that is because I'm like, I feel like the music was there, but also I'm like, it might have been a black judge. And I remember thinking like, oh, there's all these other white judges, and there was only one black judge.
I love
Look, I'm gonna do some
shit.
I am going to do some research. This is why you need to join the Discord.
We got.
I'm gonna figure this out, and I'm gonna sleuth this into the Discord. So either Either join the Discord to find out, or next week's show, I'm going to figure out about my grandfather's popularity and television debut on some type of court TV.
I can't wait to. I gotta see a clip of this. All right, we're gonna wrap the show up talking soccer, kind of. We had an international break this week, Scott, and there's some friendlies going on and also some World Cup qualifying matches. And one of the World Cup qualifying matches was Nicaragua against Costa Rica. Nicaragua was playing in Costa Rica. They're working through CONCACAF and who's going to represent CONCACAF. And you don't watch soccer. CONCACAF is some of the craziest shit ever. There's a CONCACAF Champions League that has different clubs from like United States, Mexico, like all of the CONCACAF nations. And you will be watching a game on a Tuesday night that is in like 480p definition, and then there will just be a dog running on the field for like 6 minutes. That's how ridiculous CONCACAF is. It is like you see all these clubs in Europe, and it's like, wow, this is amazing soccer. And then you look at CONCACAF, and it's like they're in a field in some guy's backyard, and the roosters got loose and are shitting on the.
I feel like it's like this.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
CONCACAF is crazy. It's wild. Here's how wild it got this week, because there's a guy from Nicaragua who is.
Be careful. That was a stumble. How many MIGs?
I had a speed bump. What happened was I felt a burp coming on, and I tried to stifle it down, and then restarted the word, and that made it worse.
You're like Nicaragua.
We good? Everybody good?
All right, back it up. All right, continue.
This dude apparently owns child support. So in the locker room before the game, Costa Rican police came in and tried to arrest him for his back-owed child support before the game. So then the player was like, listen, I'll just pay it right now. Paid the cops, and they were like, okay, you can play. And then just left. Like that.
It feels like legit, like Grand Theft Auto type shit. Like you get a 6-star wanted, a 6-star wanted rating, and then I'll just pay up, and then everything's good. They're like, all right, you're free to go. Yeah, you just murdered 200 people at an intersection, but you paid the fine. You're fine.
So the officials from the Nicaraguan team are now like claiming this happened, which is a bizarre story because, first of all, he's in Costa Rica. Are we to believe that he owes child support in Costa Rica? Is that what this story would have to be, right? It's not like the cops from Nicaragua were like, hey, Costa Rica, we got him. We know where he is. Go, go, go. Like this is a crazy idea, right? And then like for them to show up at the locker room right before the game. So it sounds far-fetched, but this is also like, the officials are like, no, this is what happened. This is why we lost. And we need investigation because CONCACAF and FIFA, they're corrupt and Costa Rica did this to mess us up. I don't care if it's true or not. It's a great story. It's an amazing story.
I love it. And if they've got a real problem, you know what they should do? Take them to people's court. That'll sort this thing right out.
Dorian asked what the Discord link is here. I'm going to drop it in the chat for you, Dorian. I said before that I said last week I was going to, and then I forgot. So there you go. Discord link is in the chat now. Join up, but be warned when there's
a vetting process.
You have to answer the questions. We got to know if you're allowed to see the rest of it.
Well, most importantly, we got to know if you're a co-op.
You might be a co-op, and we'll find out real quick if you're a co-op. Scott, let's talk about these beers that we were drinking tonight.
Beers. I say beers-ish. because I was drinking truly unrulies. 3 different seltzers that hit at 8%. We had Tropical Twist, Berry Blast, and Strawberry Smash. I started. What's that?
Did you get through all of them?
3 empty cans, baby. 3 empty cans. I, collectively, a dog. The Berry Blast, it tastes like a stronger version of any raspberry White Claw that you've ever had. Like not overly impressive, but the Tropical Blast and the Strawberry Smash, amazing. Like I will give 2 out of 3 dogs, and we're not talking like high-end dogs. We're talking like dogs that are good enough to be in the house and occasionally piss you off, but they're fine. They're fine.
You're fine.
Okay. If your wife buys them by accident and asks you to drink them for her, you say yes. That's what I'll say about the truly unreleased. Can't go wrong with 8%. I'm feeling good.
I had Clueless Wonder Double IPA from Drecker. Absolute dog. This was a very, very, very good beer. I liked it a lot, and I would have it again. But now I'm ready for some pumpkin beers next couple of weeks because I got some pumpkin beers on deck, Scott.
Do you? Wait a minute, because I'm excited because you had the Maple Warlock last week.
I don't know the one I've never had, so I'm very excited to try it. The other one, it's king for a reason.
You found the OG.
I found the king. It's good to be the king. It's good to be the king. Scott, this was a show.
It was. The fact that it gave me a reason to look up my grandfather on some court show.
Absolutely the best reveal of the night was that.
What a repressed memory. I love it.
That and you thinking Lou Piniella are dead. Just 2 great moments.
I did kill Lou. I feel so bad about that too because I love Lou. I'm so sorry, Lou.
You're like, didn't we eulogize him on the show? No. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. The comment section was fire tonight. Keep it going. Join the Discord. I put the link in the chat, so go join the Discord. We'll vet you. We'll make sure you're cool. You got to answer the quick hitters, and then we'll permit you to be in the Discord, maybe. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to grow this thing, so give us a sub, tell a friend, make them subscribe, and then have them tell a friend, make them subscribe, and keep that going forever and ever until we pull this up.
Pyramid scheme this shit.
Be sure to follow us at Crafty Sports on all the other social medias. You can join the Facebook group. There's still some people over there. Join the Discord because it's a group. It's basically just group text all the time.
Tune into the what?
The Discord.
Thank you.
Sorry. We will see you all next week. Cheers, everybody.
My grandpa didn't like the snow bunnies, but I do. Ski the slopes, baby.
You'll never walk alone. Hook 'em.
You don't worry about the no's. You only worry about the yeses. The no's determine your future, not the yeses will come.